Greetings, friends. It's Joe, and welcome to Daniel's Dream, where we continue to work on our spiritual foundation as we offer more love, respect, and compassion to all creation. Today is Sunday, July the 5th, and I'm hoping that you are having a peaceful not Labor Day, it's 4th of July. Let me not rush myself. You're having a peaceful 4th of July celebration weekend. With that, I want to offer my just couple of quick thoughts on fireworks. If you could refrain from them, my compliments and appreciation go to you. They are so difficult for so many people, especially those with PTSD and so many animals. It is so tragic to see animals who suffer during the fireworks. They're really not as necessary as we think they are. And they're certainly not necessary to celebrate. We could celebrate without them. That's my commercial on that. And with that, I will ask you to quiet your minds and hearts as we prepare to hear today's gospel, which is from St. Matthew, chapter 11, verses 25 to 30. At that time, Jesus exclaimed, "I give praise to you, Father, Lord of heaven and earth, for although you have hidden these things from the wise and the learned, you have revealed them to the little ones. Yes, Father, such has been your gracious will. All things have been handed over to me by my Father. No one knows the Son except the Father, and no one knows the Father except the Son, and anyone to whom the Son wishes to reveal him. Come to me, all you who are labor and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am meek and humble of heart, and you will find rest for yourselves. For my yoke is easy and my burden light." I probably mentioned to you that the yoke that Jesus talks about is a wooden harness that goes across oxen during his time so that the oxen could more effectively and more without pain plow the fields. So the yoke is carefully put together by the carpenter, Jesus at that time, and fits exactly what the oxen needs, his size, whatever it is that is for him personally to help him plow the field and do his work. Well, there's a reality here. The reality is that yokes change as we get older, as we get older in life and move on in life. No different than we need different clothes because maybe the clothes we wore years ago are now tight on us, or whatever the case may be. The yoke sometimes changes as well, but the work does not. The field in front of us, to be good people, to have a solid faith, to reach out and offer love and compassion to all creation, always remains the same. But the yoke may change a little bit in our energy level, in where we are in life, what we're doing, whether we're working or we're not. However, Jesus gave us the answer. He said earlier in the gospel, it's revealed by the little ones. So my friends, today's gospel challenges you and I to go back to those days of excitement and youth and everything about it that brought us to Jesus in the first place. Brought us to Jesus, which we know was all about love, all about respect. Maybe not everything that we learned in Sunday school, but what you learned in your own heart. And always capture that in your heart when you are questioning yourself on your ability to do things in God's name. I'm in this place right now where I'm looking at the rest of my life going forward. I'm 65 years old and I'm thinking, where am I going from here? My yoke is changing. But I'm realizing that no, the field isn't changing at all. The passions that Jesus gave me when I was 5 years old are still evident today. All I need to do is realize that as the yoke changes, I need to just go back to the roots of the first yoke he gave me, the passions, the purpose, and continue on and do what I can in that field. And it may not be what I did 10 years ago, but it may be even better. And I'll just offer this one interesting perspective given to me by a wise priest that I have a lot of respect for. He told me that Jesus on the cross, in his 7 last words and how he handled his cross and his suffering, probably offered more wisdom and faith to all of us during that time than he did during his entire rest of his life. An interesting perspective on how the yoke changes, but the field doesn't, and neither should our passion change one little bit. My friends, that's my message for you today. As always, I hope it was helpful. As always, I appreciate your comments and your thoughts, and I always appreciate you being here with me. I want to wish you and your loved ones a very blessed Sunday. Enjoy the rest of this 4th of July weekend, and I'll see you back here soon. Take care.